Wonderful. So we are kicking it in. We are really going to have a good time, and I'm excited for us. Most of our conversation today will actually be towards the guys, but I believe our ladies will also be there to learn, and most importantly, to also air their views. And as and when it's appropriate, we will also engage our ladies. So we are looking at the proposal blueprints. Okay. And I think this is a very interesting topic for us as a team and also as a society in general. Because in order for you to successfully transition from being strangers or from being friends with someone into a romantic relationship or into courtship or marriage for that matter, there is a bridge that you need to climb, there is a bridge that you need to cross. So the purpose of this meeting or this gathering is to help you. If you've already crossed that bridge, then it's a good time for you to share or share your experience with us. If you have been frustrated in this transitioning, in how you are going about it or how other people are going about it, then it's a good time for us to learn about these things. So the first thing I want to bring to our awareness is that this meeting is kind of like a sprint for us because I'm hopeful that if we are thinking about how to appropriately propose to someone or offer a proposal to someone, already you know the kind of person you want to be in a relationship with, or you have an idea at least of the kind of person you want to be in a relationship with. So this meeting is just to facilitate the transitioning. Say you guys have been friends for some time and you feel you want to take this to the next level, but you don't know how to really go about it, or there is a guy or there is a lady you are interested in, but you feel the person is not really seeing eye to eye with you on or being on the same wavelength with you on what we want outside of this friendship or outside of being strangers. But it's sometimes difficult for you to articulate yourself. It's sometimes difficult for you to position yourself to know that for the person to get the memo or to get the idea that Charlie, all the things I'm buying for you, all the attention I'm giving to you, all the conversation I'm having with you is because there is an end goal in mind. So that is the purpose of this meeting. Okay. Um, I'm trusting that already you found the person or you have an idea of the person you are looking for. So this meeting will not really tackle that. But if time permits us, we may look into some few things you should consider before finally offering or proposing to someone. Okay. So I want to begin by helping us understand the slight difference in pursuits, in chasing, in hunting someone, and also in initiating a relationship. And the reason this is important is because especially for we guys or for we the men, we have been conditioned to, chasing after this woman, hunting after this woman, pursuing this woman and all of that. And as a result of that is we are sometimes blinded by how we should go about the situation or the dynamic. Because all that you know is that I need to love bomb this woman, or I need to continue buying gifts for her, or I need to continue showing my interest or showing my presence. And I've seen situations where this lady, through her actions or inactions or through her words, has made you understand that she's not really interested in the situation. But because as a man or as a guy, you are locked up in chasing and pursuing this woman at all costs, you lose sight of the fact that there are other things, other intricate things that comes together to make this proposal a successful one. So is a guy supposed to pursue a woman? No. I know this may sound harsh, this may be unpopular or unconventional, but that is the truth. Is a guy supposed to be chasing and be hunting after and be pursuing this woman all the days of his life? No, that is not the appropriate way to go about it. When you are locked up in chasing, in pursuing, in hunting after someone, it's Sammy is laughing. It's almost like you have made this person your target and you are not focused on yourself anymore. You have made this person your target, and there is an end goal in mind. And sometimes, in a bid to chase and to pursue and to do all these things, you are losing sight of yourself. You are losing yourself in the process. You are doing too much in the process. You are asking for too much in the process, but you are not even aware because you have the end goal in mind. It's like a striker trying to shoot, the ball to the pole. That is what you are fixated upon. So you are not even seeing the players around you. And yes, of course, sometimes as a striker, your main aim for being a striker is to make sure you score. But sometimes there may be some wingers beside you who may be in a better position for you to give the ball to them for them to score. But because you are locked up in scoring at all costs, you are losing sight of the other important things that you are also supposed to pay attention to. So I personally don't advise guys to chase after, to hunt and be pursuing this woman. I usually don't advise that, okay? And I'm going to tell you what my counsel is for such guys. By chasing and pursuing, you may do too much. You may overextend yourself. You may lose yourself. You may become very annoying to the person. The person can take advantage of you because you have made this person your target and you're not paying attention to other important things. Okay. So instead of thinking of pursuing or chasing or hunting, what you really want to focus on is initiating. Very important. Instead of pursuing, instead of chasing, instead of hunting, what you're rather focused on is initiating. So if it is friendship, you want to initiate the friendship. You want to present yourself to this person. You want to go greet this person. You want to say hello to this person. Oh, I want us to be friends. If it is a relationship you want, you declare your intention to this person. But don't be locked up in this person is my target. This person is the one I'm focused on. And you know what happens is that sometimes there are equally other good options around you, but you are so locked up in pursuing and chasing this person that you become emotionally unavailable to other equally important potentials who are around you. So, guys, you need to really pay attention to this. And that is why it is good to rather initiate. When you are initiating a relationship, okay, it means that you are taking a step to declare your intention to this lady. It means you are proposing, okay? You are making an offer to this person, and that one is way better than being locked up in pursuing and chasing after this person. And I think this topic is very important because I have been a victim of many rejections as an individual, especially as a man. I have felt, I know what rejection feels like, and I know why a lot of guys have given up initiating relationships or, in a quote unquote, the traditional way people say it, chasing after a woman. I get the idea because sometimes when you have tried it over and over and over again and you get rejections upon rejections, it sometimes trump your self-esteem and it affects you and makes you fearful. As a result of that, it becomes difficult for you to even initiate a relationship when you found someone you want to be in a relationship with. So I would rather you initiate, you offer, okay? You propose an offer, you make an offer to this person, you declare your intention to this lady, other than rather trying to use your actions to over please this woman, over extend yourself, and at the end of the day, you end up losing yourself. So let me read this short write up I wrote here. Let me read it for you. Please, let's pay attention. Most men have been deceived by society, by what they see around them and what they have personally experienced. And again, by misappropriating the scripture into thinking that doing too much is what wins a lady's heart. No, you rather turn her off or be taken advantage of, especially when she's not into you. So what I mean is that society, sometimes by our own actions, we've realized as men that when we don't do so much for these women, they don't pay attention to us. And like I said, I'm a victim of this, so I know what I'm talking about. We've seen by experience that the lady who pays us a little attention is the one that we spend so much for, is the one that we spend so much time with, is the one that we provide so much to. These are the things that we do for them to even focus or look at us. So sometimes we think that, hey, because I've found this lady and I really mean business with this lady, I need to do too much or I need to do so much just to grab her attention. Sometimes people even use the scripture that says that he that finds a wife finds a good thing. So they think that if he's talking about finding a wife, then I need to go about looking and searching and hunting after a wife. But the idea in that proverbs that said he that finds a wife finds a good thing, it's in the past tense. He that has found a wife finds a good thing. So the idea about finding is not cajoling and love bombing this lady or going out of your ways to please her, and at the end of the day you lose yourself. No, because the same Proverbs again says, houses and riches are inheritance from fathers, but a good woman comes from above. And it says, a virtuous woman who can find. That means that they can't be found. If you think that chasing after them or doing so much to please them is what will bring her attention towards you, you will rather turn her off. She will rather take advantage of you, especially if she's not into you. Okay. Ever imagine contemplating hiring someone who isn't fit for the job, but they are doing the most in hopes that you will consider them? It doesn't work. So the guys can understand this analogy I'm giving. Say you are a CEO or you are a manager of a company, and there is this guy who wants you to employ them, and they are overextending themselves. They are doing so much just to get your attention with the hope that you hire or you employ them. Because they're not qualified or they are not fit for the job. That is how a lot of ladies see some guys. We are not qualified for them. We don't fit their job description. So the more you are doing and overextending yourself, it's actually not moving the needle some. You are rather boring them. You are rather making them get tired of you easily. You are rather making them fatigue. And most often than not, they'll take advantage of you. Except the good ones who will tell you straight on that I'm not interested. But again, if you push yourself and they realize they can get something from you at the end of the day, they will do that, which is not good for you. So what you see is that most ladies rather find themselves with guys who you would think these guys are not doing much for them. But you, the guy that you think you are doing much for them, they are not paying attention to you. Then you are like, this is how ladies are. No, it is because the more she's into you, the less effort and energy you need to put in place to win her. Because you've already won her. You've already won favor before her. So the more she's into you, the less energy and effort you need to put into place. But if she doesn't like you, see, you can sell the whole world to her. She will accept it in good faith, but she may not want to be with you at the end of the day. So I want you to get this perspective so that you don't end up saying, oh, ladies are using me, ladies are taking advantage of me. It is because you are giving them too much. It is because you are providing too much with the hope that these things will buy you favor before their eyes. And this doesn't help. This doesn't help. That is why when they are interested in someone, the person doesn't do so much, but they stay there. Why? Because there is interest in the first place, because there is attraction in the first place. Okay, so please pay attention to this. In fact, the more she genuinely likes you, the less stress and pressure you need to put on yourself, the less you have to do, and the more you simply need to be yourself around them. So if you see that you are doing too much for this lady just to win her favor, just to for her to see you, just for her to notice you, there are two things involved. Either you do not qualify for her, or you are an insecure person and you think that you can use those things to buy her. And these two things do not work. Okay. That is why I'm saying that the more she's into you, the less you have to do, and the more you need to just be yourself. By being yourself, they would appreciate you. You wouldn't have to overextend yourself just because you want to bring you want to bring an awareness to yourself. And again, depending on the season a lady finds herself in, what she actually needs from you might differ. Okay, she may already be in a situationship, she may already be in a relationship, or she is going through a heartbreak, or she needs just a companion, or she needs a provider. Okay, or she needs a counselor, or she's actually seeking genuine relationship or a genuine connection. So depending on where a lady is at every particular point in time will determine what she needs from you. So sometimes you are pursuing a lady who is already in a relationship, but you see, because you are not discerning enough as a guy, because you are not just making it an offer and a proposal so that she will let you know what is actually going on in her life, you are locked up in still chasing and pursuing and hunting at all costs. So because of that, you don't even know that in this season she's actually confused about a relationship, or she's actually already in a relationship, or she only needs someone to provide for her needs, or she only needs someone, to keep her company, or she needs someone to give her advice and counsel. All these things you won't know until you are sensitive as a man. So if you are not sensitive, you miss you will miss what she needs from you during that period, because you are in a pursuit or a chasing and a hunting mode, and you are not in a discerning mode. Okay, so be sensitive and don't do too much. I know the ladies are listening to me, but guys, I'm speaking to you. We will come to the ladies very soon. Be sensitive and don't do too much. Instead, put that energy into discerning and paying attention to her demeanor and her responses to you. It's okay if she's not looking your way. Okay, she may simply not be seeing your value yet, but that doesn't mean you are devalued as a man. The fact that a woman you are interested in or you love is not paying attention to you doesn't mean that you are devalued, doesn't mean you are unimportant. No. There are equally other people who see your value, who find you to be someone reasonable to be in a relationship with. So don't beat yourself down as a guy, okay? If you want to sustain a relationship, then you need to understand that some women may be out of your league. And sometimes this is a tough pill for a lot of guys to swallow, but that is the truth. That if you want to if you want a long-lasting, sustaining, healthy relationship, then you need to understand that some women are simply out of your league, at least for the moment. They could be ahead of you academically, financially, or in terms of status. You will have to expand or expend a lot of energy in order to attract them, and more so in order for you to keep them. Okay. So, like basketball, it is better for you to be patient and upgrade yourself through consistent practice than to shoot your shot prematurely and miss out on what could have been a strong head start. I'm taking it again. Like basketball, it is better to be patient and upgrade yourself through consistency or through consistent practice than to shoot your shot prematurely and miss out on what could have been a strong head start. So, this is again to help us understand that I don't encourage men to pursue, to hunt, or to chase after a woman. No. Instead, make an offer, declare your intention, initiate, and by so doing, you give the platform for her to also tell you what her concerns are because it's an offer you are making. Okay. So, and that's to make you understand that it is not only the woman who is the prize. As a man, you are also the prize. But if you are locked up in a hunting and a chasing mode, you become desperate and thirsty. And when it happens that way, the lady easily takes advantage of you because they think they can just fold their arms or fold their legs and just watch you do all the work, do all the dirty work. And sometimes they even turn you into an errand boy just because they have noticed you are the desperate one, you are the hungry one, you are the thirsty one. So they'll just stand aloof or sit aloof and watch you go through all the hustle and bustle. So that is why instead of chasing, be rather fixated on initiating, proposing, and making your intentions clear. Okay. The next thing we are looking at, who should initiate, or which gender should propose, or which gender should make an offer. This has become a very controversial topic where ladies are saying that can they also shoot their shots? Can they also propose to a guy? Can they also initiate the relationship? So these are some few food for thought I want us to pay attention to. Okay. As a lady, if you think so, I'm coming to the lady now, but guys can also glean from this. As a lady, if you think you want to shoot your shot, or you found someone who you think fits all your criteria for a relationship or ticks all your boxes, so you want to go ahead and extend yourself to propose outrightly to this person or initiate the relationship or whatsoever. The first question or food for thought I want to bring to your attention is that do you believe that the man should lead you? Or do you believe that the man should lead the relationship? Okay. Do you believe that, like in a company setting, just like the leader or the founder bears more responsibilities or more burden or is accountable for the runnings and the ins and outs of the company? Is that how you see this man to be? So before you think about initiating the relationship, you are asking yourself, do I want this man to lead me? Do I want this man to lead the relationship? Do I want this man to be accountable over me and the relationship? Do I want this man to bear more responsibility over the relationship? Just like even for those of you who are Christians, when Adam messed up in the garden and God came, God did not go straight to the woman. God went straight to the man. Why? Because even though, yes, it looked like the woman was responsible, the man was accountable over the relationship, over the garden, and over the woman. So even though it was the woman who led the man on to partake of the fruit, God still held the man accountable. So that is to say that if you want a man to be accountable over you, if you want a man to be accountable over the relationship, if you want a man to be accountable or responsible for the relationship, then such a man should be the one to initiate the company or to initiate the move of the relationship. We will come to how a lady can position herself for the man to do the proposal. But for now, if you think you want to shoot your shot as a lady, you need to ask yourself, if you want this man to lead you, if you want this man to lead the relationship, if you want this man to come to the relationship with a plan for you and for the relationship and to bear more responsibility and accountability and bear the more burden of the relationship, then you will not do yourself and the man a great service by straight out going ahead to propose to this man. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you to consider. If you have any concern, please jot it down and we will discuss it. Okay, number two, still under who should initiate, whether the man or the woman, who should initiate or chase after the other person. Though, like I said, I don't encourage chasing. Okay, the second thing is, as a woman, will you look up to the man to make critical and final decisions in the relationship? When push gets to shove, there are always instances and situations where someone must make a critical decision and bear the weight and the burden or the responsibility of that decision and the outcome of that decision. And you don't want a man who will be shirking responsibility. You don't want a man who will be putting too much burden and expectation on you when they are not doing much. So, as a founder of the company of the relationship or as a chief responsibility officer of the relationship, you want him to be the one to at least initiate. You want him to be the one to make the offer so that you will be on the accepting standpoint. Because if you are going to be a CEO, then where is the company to begin with? You should be the one to of us can also follow suit. So as a lady, if you're looking for a man who can make critical decisions, because a relationship and more so marriage is a critical decision in life. And if you're looking for a man who can be making critical decisions from, because it doesn't only be end at the proposal. A lot of things happens in the relationship. If that is the kind of man you are looking for, when it gets tough, you have to depend on him to make the final decision and stand by the responsibility that comes with the decision. I don't think this is a man that you would want to be going to propose a relationship to in the first place. No, no, not at all. Because that will not help. Okay. The next thing I want you to consider as a lady, if you think you want to be the one to propose to this man, is that does this man have the effrontery or the assertiveness to express his desire in other areas and go for what he wants? Do you think this man is assertive enough? Do you think he has the guts, he has the effrontery, the energy to actually go after what he wants and express his desire? If it is a yes, then you want this man to make that bold decision at the end of the day. If this man is supposed to be assertive, this man is going to be your head, this man is going to be your leader, this man is going to be your authority. And this man can't gather enough courage and momentum to make such a very high costive decision of initiating the relationship or proposing to you or making the offer to you, then I'm skeptical, because which other areas is he not applying pressure or is he not putting a lot of effort or energy into? Because chances are, if you want to help a man by being the one to propose to this man, my question is, when push gets to shove and in-laws are bombarding you guys, can this man draw a boundary and make sure he's able to protect you from in-laws, from his own mom, from his own dad, from his own siblings? If he has that courage and that effrontery to do that, then he should have that courage and gather that momentum to be the one to initiate the relationship, regardless of whether it will come with rejection or not. Because by going ahead to be the one to propose to this man, you are not making him take a stand as a man in your life. You are not helping him in any way at all. You are not helping him build momentum, because he's going to make contracts. You are believing him to defend and protect you. You are believing to preside around this man, for this man to shepherd you, to lead you in any way possible. if that's if you expect all these things from a man, then this man who is assertive, this man who has the effrontery, this man who has the gut and the energy should be able to propose to you, should be able to make this offer to you and stand by the result or the consequences that come with such a decision. Because in life, this man is going to be rejected in life, and not everything that will go in his favor. So if he's scared to propose to you because he fears rejection, then chances are he is going to be fearful in other aspects of your lives as an individual. And if this man doesn't have the courage to be making such bold step, you are not going to respect such a man. You are not going to allow this man to lead you. You are not going to have trust and faith in this man to lead you appropriately. And that is why you need to be asking yourself all these questions. Okay. So let's move to the next one. Very critical. Why I don't advise or encourage a woman to be the one to propose to a man. Okay. There is the number one reason is because nice guys will hardly reject your proposal as a woman. Okay. Guys who are nice. When I say nice guys, I'm talking about guys who struggle to say no. guys who don't have any boundary around them because they are scared of how you feel, they are scared of how you interpret the situation. There are a lot of guys like that. They are too nice that they sometimes lose themselves just to make everyone happy. They are scared to share their opinion. If you are a lady and you find yourself with such a guy, it may take long for such a guy to open their mouth to propose to you. Sometimes they are afraid, of course. Okay. But then if you find yourself with this same person and this person doesn't really like you like that, if this person is a nice guy, trust me, it will be difficult for him to look at your eye or to look at you eyeball to eyeball and say no and to say they are not interested. It's going to really be difficult. And you don't want to put a guy in that situation because what if he nods yes, but his actual intention is that he doesn't want to be with you? You are going to get frustrated at the end of the day. So the second reason why I don't advise a lady to propose is because men in general hardly say no to guys. Men in general hardly say no to guys, especially when it comes to relationship. Because as a man, number one, he doesn't want to hurt your feeling. You know, ladies have always been on the acceptance end, and guys have always been at the proposing end. So guys are not conditioned to rejection. They are not conditioned to rejecting a lady. It will be difficult for them. They will have to go through a lot of mental issues or mental I don't know the right word to use, but they'll have to go through a lot before they eventually say no to you. Okay, the reason is because number one, like I said, men have not been conditioned to rejecting. It is ladies who easily reject from time immemorial. The energy and the effort a lady will look at you and tell you no, it's more higher than the one a guy can look at you and tell you no, because we have not been conditioned to be rejecting, because we have always been at the proposing side. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. But the lady has always been on the rejection side, so she can easily squeeze her eyes and say no, I'm not interested. But for a guy, it may be a difficult situation. So by proposing as a lady, you are putting him in a very tight corner, in a very tight situation. And the other thing too is that he doesn't want to hurt your feelings. He doesn't want. In fact, I've heard the story of a guy. The lady did a dramatic proposal. Okay, and say yes, say yes, say yes. Charlie, guy no himself can know. Girl no crown a check girl no. So he had to say yes. You see, and this is an example of a nice guy because he's concerned about others. He doesn't want to hurt their feelings. He wants to please everyone. He doesn't think about himself at the moment and all. So he ended up saying yes. And years into the marriage, he actually expressed his concern that I was never interested in the first place, that because of the dramatic proposal, I didn't want to hurt your feeling. I was scared what others would think about you as a lady. And I know rejection can crush a lady. Like I said, guys, from time immemorial, we have been proposing and they've been bouncing us. So we've developed a tough skin around proposal and rejection. But as a lady, you have not yet developed a tough skin around proposal and rejection. So when a guy rejects you, it will really crash your self-esteem as a lady. That is why you don't want to be in that situation. He is the man, he's going to lead you. So let him make that tough decision. It doesn't mean you can't help him, but I'm getting there. You can help him, but let him do the toasting, let him do the proposal. Okay. The next reason why I don't advise a lady to propose is because you may come off as desperate or thirsty as a lady. Guys may see you that way. They may think you are desperate. They may think, okay, your biological clock is ticking. Oh, okay, what is making this lady go to this extra length? Because when you were in your prime, when you were in your youthful, exuberant ages, age, you were snubbing a lot of guys. You were rejecting proposals anyhow. How come all of a sudden you are the one toasting proposal? So, guys, in our psyche, now it doesn't mean it is right or wrong. I'm just telling you what is. Okay, I'm not saying that it is right or it is wrong. I'm just saying that when you do that as a lady, most guys will take you for granted. Most guys will, not only are they scared of rejecting you, they are scared of hurting your feelings, and they may want to take advantage of you. So most guys who don't say no to you, they may be exploring, they may be exploiting you. They may be thinking of other avenues to explore and not necessarily be in a relationship with you. So most ladies end up being the one to provide or to be giving this guy's money because they need something from this guy. They may end up sleeping with you, but what he will sleep with doesn't equate to what he wants to be with or who he wants to be with. So you are not in a better position to do this. Not only is he scared or is he afraid to hurt your feelings, he can also take advantage of you. Okay, you may also come off desperate and thirsty, and it lowers your market value because for men, what we have been conditioned to is, like I said, to be doing the proposal and doing all of that. When the thing, when it turns to the other side of the pendulum and the lady is the one doing it, it becomes awkward. So the guy will be thinking that there is something wrong with this lady. That is why she is proposing or making the offer. So what is she looking for? That is what a lot of guys will think. And it lowers your dating value or your market value. If about two or three boys have realized that you have proposed to about two or three guys and they've bounced you or they've rejected you, come on, it's not nice. For guys, I know it's not nice either, but we can handle it. Allow us to be handling that aspect. I don't want you, a lady, to put yourself in that situation, okay? And initiating the relationship, finally, why I don't advise a lady initiating the relationship is because initiating the relationship can also set the rhythm and the tone of the relationship. Most of the cases I've seen a lot of ladies doing the pushing or doing the proposing, okay? The guys usually leave the burden of the relationship on that lady. Except you can prove to me that, okay, even though I did the proposal or even though I toasted the offer and he accepted, I had to hand over, I had to hand over the burden and the decision making of the relationship to him and be suggesting to him and see how he handles decision making and all of that, and make sure he's equally responsible for the relationship. Fine, but in what I have seen, okay, because nothing is cast in stone, but what I have seen is that in most cases, the guys will usually take advantage of you. They'll be putting less effort or less energy into the dynamic because you proposed. So then they'll be standing aloof and they'll be enjoying you ride the relationship along. Okay. So you may have to continue doing the most. And that's why most women complain after years, sometimes even in marriage, especially if a sanguine or a choleric woman who is extroverted and extremely outgoing finds herself dating an introverted, melancholy, or phlegmatic. Okay, so get the difference. Extroverted, choleric, or sanguine woman dating or getting married to an introverted, phlegmatic, or melancholy. Because this type of men are usually reserved and in their corner and are they usually struggle to come out of their shelf. They're very energetic and gigantic and always on the move kind of lady would think they can help this man by toasting the proposal because I say, oh, check my triangles or check, and he's not saying anything. Okay, instead of learning how to position yourself for him to do the proposal, you still go ahead to toast the proposal, and he probably maybe reluctantly says yes or something. Maybe he's using you to wait for the right person to come along, or he's genuinely interested. When you set the tone of the relationship on you doing more, you initiating as a lady, that is how the rhythm of the relationship becomes. So you have to continue doing more, and he is going to be relaxed. You have to be making decisions, bearing the responsibility of the relationship, thinking critically and doing all these things. And babes, what do you think? It's okay. Babes, what do you think? It's fine. Babes, what do you think? I'm okay. But he's there, he's just aloof. You are not putting him in a situation to also learn to make critical decisions or take steps in life. So it is also very important. You don't want to be the one to bear the burden of the relationship as a lady. I think it will be too much strain or stress on you to do that. Okay. Let's come to the next step. How should a lady position herself for the man to propose? So I find this a lot that we've been friends for some time, or we are probably strangers and we are interested in each other. But I've waited, sir, as a lady, but the guy is not toasting the question, or the guy is not initiating, or the guy is not proposing. So, Gordon, if you are saying I shouldn't outrightly propose, what can I do? So then we are looking at how you can position yourself. In other words, how you can help him propose to you. Because with the assumption that both of you are interested in the situation, let me set that out. Okay. Both of you should be interested in the situation in the first place. So if you want to position yourself or help him in a way for him to do the proposal as a lady, number one, just be attentive or just give him the necessary attention. Guys usually don't get attention from women, and ladies may not know, but as a guy, I'm telling you, you can ask the other guys in this panel, they can bear witness to this. Guys hardly get attention from ladies or from a woman. So the moment a lady gives a guy little attention, he's thinking, why does she like me? That is why a lot of guys misread a lot of signals from ladies. Maybe the lady only wants to be a friend, but because of the little attention she's giving to you, the guy is calculating and reading and is a bit nervous and he's happy and daydreaming and all of it. That's happening to a lot of us, even myself included. One lady be para, I was interested in some time ago. She was giving me a little attention, and I felt that enough. Until I had to read the lines, and I realized that no, this lady, she only wants me as a friend, not as a boyfriend. I had to swallow my pride. So, as a lady, just give the guy attention. Don't give him too much doses of attention to mean you are thirsty, but just be attention to him. Okay, be there. Just be there. Let him see you. Let him know that you are around. Let him know that you are available. So if it's in a church setting and you close church, you can go and say hello to him. If it is in a work setting or you guys are in class or you guys are in the same school or something, it is okay for you to just go and say hello to him, ask about his day. Just be there. Be attentive. Okay. Give him the necessary attention that he needs. Let him notice you. And that one will help as a first step. Okay. The next one is that swiftly reply to his messages or his calls. A lot of time when the guy is annoying to you as a lady, but he's interested in you and you're not interested, me as a guy, I read the signal from how you respond to my messages, how you respond to my calls, and the tone at which you respond to me. From then I can read the line. But if a lady is not interested in you, she'll reluctantly, uh, uh, I mean, respond to your calls or your text messages. And if she does, she's doing it grudgingly, as if she's dragging her feet, as if she's not interested, as if you are the one forcing her. So, for example, if, she, for example, okay, let's say in this context, you call her and she's not interested in you, she can respond and say, okay, yes, or if especially she missed your call, she will return the call and say, okay, Gordon, I missed your call. And I was like, oh, yes, I was just checking up. Like, okay. Then it's like she's waiting for me to continue talking. So, how was your day? How was everything? Oh, it was fine. Then she's still waiting for me. How was class today? Oh, it was okay. But you see, as a lady, if you found out that you really want to be with this guy, also initiate conversations. So how was your day? Oh, my day was fine. How was your day too? With a certain level of excitement. So the first step is that you are attentive to him. You are there. He sees you. The next step is that you are swiftly replying to his messages and his calls. And you are doing that with a level of excitement in your text, in your tone, and in your presence. Let him see that energy coming from you. And that will help. Like I said, we hardly receive attention from women. So if this particular woman is being attentive to me, noticing me, letting me see her around. And when I call her, she responds swiftly. If she misses my call, she'll call back with excitement. Oh, God, I missed your call. And she even, how was your day? How are things? Is everything okay? This time you are calling me. I hope I'm not in trouble. Something like that. Just keep the conversation spicy. So if there's a certain level of excitement in your tone, in your text, and in your presence, as a lady, you'll be sending the signal to the guy. The next thing you can do to help him is that you positively respond to his requests. So he may ask that, oh, let's go out on a date, let's go out for a walk. And my one of my friends, my very close friend, used this thing I'm teaching you as a yardstick to know that this lady he's now with was actually interested in him, because he can randomly call the lady and say, oh, and they were on campus here at UPSA. Can we go out for a walk? The lady's like, oh yes, I'm not really doing anything. So let's go out on a walk for a walk and all of that. Or can I take you out on a date? So you are positively responding to his request. That will set the tone and let him know that there is something cooking or there is something working here. Because the truth is, as a lady, if you are again not interested in this guy, I mean the sensible ones, so they hardly respond to the request of the man because they don't want to lead the man on. Now, when I say positively respond to his request, I'm not saying that even if you are inconvenienced, even if you are not in the mood, fly out be saying yes, 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 yes. No, that will also appear desperate and tested. That's not what I'm saying. So far as it fits your schedule, go ahead and enjoy time with him and have fun with him. And even if you are inconvenienced at a point and you can't meet up to his request, make it up to him that, oh, God, you know what? I can't make time right now, but let's see tomorrow. That one is better than saying I can't make time right now and that is it. You are not helping him. I can't make time today, but probably let's see tomorrow. That will boost his energy up that, oh, okay, even though she turned me down today, there is again hope tomorrow. Okay. But the opposite is true too. If you don't like a guy, don't be positively responding to his request and be leading him on and probably be enjoying certain things from him and be saying you are not interested. Master, if you're not interested in me, don't be interested in the things I offer. How can you not be interested in me, but you are enjoying the things I offer? You are misleading me. That is why if you like him, be positively responding to his request so far as it is convenient for you. And if it is not, try to make it up to him. Okay. And that will help. That will help. Um, the next thing you can also do to help this guy is that learn to hold an open-ended conversation with him. And this is very important. This one is the when the attention he's not reading the message, you are swiftly replying to his messages, and he's still not getting the memo. You are excited in your text and your tone and your presence, but I say why is still enfa, and you are positively responding to his request, and still it's not fine. And you've noticed that you guys have been friends for some time, but you really want to know where this is going. And I find a lot of ladies in this situation a lot. So, ladies, please listen to me. Hold an open-ended conversation with him. Please, not on phone. Let him know that you want to have a discussion with him. Okay, you just want to hang out with him, maybe go out on a date with him or something. Take a walk together or have a seat in a very less distractive place and talk to him. Now, this is going to be a bit technical, but this is the cake itself. All that I said is the icing on the cake. Joe, we've been friends for quite some number of years now, or some number of months now, and I can clearly tell that from the way we interact and or I don't know, I feel we like each other or something. But it's like we are not friends, but we are not also officially in a relationship. But like I see how we give hearty emojis from time to time. I see how we give each other sizable amounts of attention and some of the conversation we have about the future. So what do you think about this? What do you think about your ideal partner? If your partner is to do this, we have all those conversations, but I don't know where this is leading to. So I want to ask you what your intentions are. Ladies, this is a cracker. This will set the tone for him. And if a reasonable and a sensible, if it's reasonable enough, you catch the memo. You are not proposing. You are only letting him know that you guys have been friends for some time. But I don't know friendship, but I don't know what we are doing. I don't know who we are, what we are, and everything. So I just want to know what your intentions are. And you see, as a lady, this is very crucial for you because you don't want anyone to waste your time because you are on a biological clock. So you don't want anyone to be keeping you in a situationship where we don't know where this thing are going, where we are not friends, but we are also not in an official relationship. And I'm only hopeful that one day he'll propose. Please, if you realize that this thing is taking too much time, toss the question in a very friendly, non-threatening, less destructive environment way, and let him take the bull by the horn. If he has any interest, he should let you know. If he's not sure, he should let you know so that if you can, you have to keep your emotions back and build some boundaries around you so that he doesn't continue leading you on. You do so. And if this guy is shy like I am, is sometimes timid, not like I am, but is introverted and is afraid to shoot a shot because he has probably been shooting his shots long time and a lot of you're bouncing, you didn't bounce at and that's why she. So coming to see you no on any but also say obedi bounce. If you put this guy on the spot with this conversation, if he's reasonable, he's sensible, he's interested, he will know what to do. He will know what to do. And this counsel I'm giving to you, I gave to one lady, and she's happily married now to her husband who was then her boyfriend. And the thing was getting a bit messy, and she was confused. She didn't know what to do. I said, take him out on a date. You, the lady, take him out on a date. Let him know that, oh, there's something bothering you and you want to hold this conversation, have this conversation with him. Sit down with him and talk. Open-ended. I'm not saying, am I your girlfriend? Are you my boyfriend? No. I'm only saying that, Kwame, what are your intentions? Or Kojo, what are your intentions? Because I don't want you to lead me on. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to misread the lines. Maybe you're interested in, no, I don't want that. So I want to know what your intentions are. Know what Jim Woho. If he's truly interested, you should take it from there. Okay. Like I said, men are hardly noticed. So if you give the little attention to this man, you will help him, you will draw him in. But to fly out, propose, eventually he may use that against you. And I don't think that's the best thing to do. Okay. We are gradually drawing the curtains to the meeting, and we want to again remind you that coming December on the 20th and 21st, we are going all the way to Ebri Jankama to have a 2-day blast of fun and insightful festival. We have lots of activities there for you. On the Saturday morning, the bus will meet us at Medina and it will converge us to the place at Ebri, and we are going to have lots of fun. Trust me, you don't want to miss this festival for anything. The 800 cedis you are paying is going to cover your transport, your accommodation, your snacks, your food. We are going to have series of buffet, series of breakfast, series of lunch. We are going to have snacks. We are going to also enjoy thrilling zip lines at We Ape Mega Zip Line. We are going to have loads of fun. So I want you to join the bus. The slots are limited. So you only have to pay 300 cedis as your initial deposit to reserve your slot. Then when you can pay the rest in installments from time to time. Okay. um we have just 21 days more to go, so make sure you join us. Let's go and socialize, let's go and have fun, let's go and chill, because yeah bre, we've worked throughout the year. You did bounce throughout the year, and all of that. So this is the time for us as guys, ladies, to go and socialize. Who knows, you may get your wife over there, you may get your husband over there, you will never know. So please, um you can engage the numbers on the screen, and will attend to you accordingly. Okay, now we are moving to the next phase. We have about 4 more subtopics to go, but we also want to close early. So why is it important to propose? Okay, I think let's look at that one. Why is it important to propose? Why is it necessary to propose in the first place? Because some people always want to go with the flow. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Relationship is more or less like a contract, okay? And for there to be a contract, there needs to be an offer and an acceptance. So the underlying reason why proposal is needed and important in your relationship is because, like contract, there needs to be a form of proposal or offer, and there needs to be an acceptance. Then both of us are mutually agreeing that we are doing this for how long? Because some relationships and some marriages are now contractual. So you want to know how long we are doing this. But at the end of the day, you want to be with someone who is on the same wavelength with you. You don't want to misappropriate their signals or misread their signals. So proposal is important to so that we can agree and be on the same wavelength. Okay. Proposal number 2 also reveals your true intention, so that I don't assume. I don't want to be living in assumption that Kojo likes me or Kwame likes me or Ama likes me. That is why I want to extend my offer, so that if I am accept, then I know that okay, we are truly in this. So you want to reveal your true intention to this person, and this person also wants to know your true intention. That is why it is good to propose. And this is important because, especially for a lady, some guys will be leading you on for years, and when you ask them what are we, who are we, they are even having sex with you, and they are telling you that we are nothing but pencils in the hand of the creator. Say, "Oh, no, no, wakuma ni asquash no." We can't be nothing, but we are pencils in the hands of the creator. But he is lynching and launching you, enjoying every part of your body. So it is good you are making this proposal. You want something official, right? It is something official you want, then there should be that offer and acceptance, so that I can know what your true intentions are for coming around me, so that I don't assume anything. Number 2, it brings clarity to the dynamic or to the situation. Okay, I want to know what I'm dealing with. I don't want to misread or get myself confused and end up in a situationship. So if there needs to be a proper offer, let there be an offer. So for those of you who are not in an official relationship, but you guys are also not friends, this is a good time after this meeting for you to go and hold a conversation with your partner. And if they are telling you, let's see how it goes, in a similar way, when it doesn't go the way they want it to go, they'll just leave you bleeding on their way. And I don't think it's good for you, it's good for your health, and it's good for your mental space. Okay. It again fosters accountability, because I want to hold you to your words. Some people go on for years. This person eventually tells you they were not interested, and you can't hold them accountable because they really didn't propose to you. They really didn't say anything. So what can you say? Okay, so it forces accountability. And finally, not proposing is a red flag. If they just want to go with the flow, they'll end up wasting someone's time, and someone will get hurt at the end of the day. And you don't want to be in that dynamic at the end of the day. Okay, so let's continue. How do I propose? How do I propose? This is very, very important. How do I propose? Number 1, God told me to come and tell you to be my wife or my husband is not proposal. I dreamt, I saw you in my dream. You were carrying a flower, you were in a bridal gown, and we appeared before the altar. Please ask, which altar? Hey, that one is not proposal. I was praying, and your face appeared, and I saw a ring on your finger. Then I knew that you are the one, please, that one is not proposal. That one is cowardice. That one is fear of rejection. That one is lack of accountability and subtle coercion. Please, anyone who comes to you under the guise of God told me to come and tell you is manipulating you, doesn't want to be accountable, fears rejection, and is a coward. Because they want to hide under God said, an apostle said, a prophet said, that the lady who will be in the black handbag, who will be wearing yellow, is my wife. They want to hide behind that. They don't have courage. They are not strong-willed people. They are not courageous. They are not brave. That is why they are hiding behind God told me to come and tell you. That is cowardice. Number two is because they fear your rejection. At least if you rejected them, you rejected God and not them. Some even say, if you say no, then you have rejected the will of God for your life. Oh, so especially if you're a spiritual person, when someone tells you that you've rejected the will of God over your life, what can you say? Well, lucky. Hey, the will of God. Oh, I was praying about you and I wanted to see if God had a future for us. And when I was praying, I saw in a dream and a trance that you were in my future and we're having kids together. So yeah, it's communicating something. Pacho, what it hasn't communicated anything. Tell us your true intention. And if you reject you reject this offer, it is not man you have rejected. You have rejected God. Like Moses told the Israelites. You've rejected God and you've rejected the will of God over your life. Please, oh, it's a man who fears rejection. That's why he's using God told me to come and tell you. He lacks accountability. These men will end up one day, after some years in the relationship or marriage, when they are no longer interested in you. Shebi, they didn't come on their own accord. They came as a messenger from the Most High, right? So they can again come as a messenger from the Most High to come and tell you God has changed his mind. Yes, maybe I didn't read the line well. It wasn't God communicating to me at that moment. In that season of my life, I thought it was God, but now I realize, Madam, say, let's cancel out the God said, the man said, the prophet said, the pastor said. If this person is coming to you in the name of God, they are not going to be accountable to you. And when things goes haywire and they want to jackpot, they will again come and tell you that it is the will of God that they should leave you because they didn't come on their own accord. So you can't hold them accountable. Pay attention to that. That is subtle coercion. Because if God has said, who are we? If God said, you are my wife, what can you do about it? You can't say no. So no. Doesn't mean that God doesn't talk to people. He talks to people. Will God force someone to be in a relationship with you? Of course, God will not do that. Even the highest gift that transcends this earthly realm, which is salvation, God doesn't force it on people. Why would He force a relationship on someone? For the person to come and tell you if you reject His proposal, if you rejected God's proposal, that one is a topic. It's a series on its own. We'll deal with that one. But please, that one is not proposal. Number two, text message is not a proposal. Text message. Hello, Ajua. Please, I'm interested in you. I want you to be my girlfriend or my wife. And no, that one is not proposal. That one again is cowardice. If we are talking about a serious business here, you can't be home and text your boss that, or text someone in the company that they should employ you. Even people are sending official mail. What they would do a text message now, send them again and say, I'm interested in you. No. That one is also not proposal. If you want a proposal, there need to be a kind of setting. At least it should be face to face. Even people in long distance, they are even creating settings. Those in long distance, they are maintaining their steez by creating a kind of setting where they'll let a friend take this person out on a dinner. They'll do a video call and they'll do something, or they'll meet and something. So even long distance for cry or mutual steez no mutual setup. Why are you Madina to Kaswa? What for phone now? What texting and a WhatsApp message? Also, you know, tin. Please, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. If you want an actual proposal, you need to meet with the person and be bold and declare your intention to the person. Very important. Forcing or insisting your way is not a proposal. The word proposal means you are making an offer. And if you're making an offer, then that means that you are giving time for that person. I'll come to the timing aspect, but you are giving room for that person who also has a will of their own to consider your offer and see whether they'll accept it or not. You don't force, coerce, manipulate this person into saying yes to you. That wasn't proposal. That was manipulation. That was force. That was coercion. And that force is not even recognized in the law court. If you undertake any contract under duress, the law nullifies it and considers it vow. Is it vow? But law no say any ruled out. So you can't insist your way. You've proposed to the person. The person said, I'll think about it. Weeks about, months about, nipa no nka hwee. Oh, Charlie, my the offer I made, what's happening? The person says, oh, I'm not sure, I don't know, or I'm not interested, or I don't know. Simple. You see that, don't chase, initiate. This will save guys a lot of headache, because there are equally other responsible potentials around you. Void. Thank you, Sammy. There is void. Master, it's void. That contract is void because it was done under coercion. It is illegality. What was I even saying? Sammy are confusing me now. Oh, I was on a journey. Good. So you've made your intention clear to this lady, and it looks like she's not giving you that. She's not on the same page with you. We don't force it. You save yourself, guys. You save yourself a lot, because I am also the prize. Oh, you too, you were a prize. Oh, if one prize is taking the bold step to initiate something and make an offer, I can't be, and that's how long your proposal will last. We will come there, but I can't be forcing. I come 2 times, I come 3, I come. Why? At that point, it has become by force. Because I shouldn't force you to make an offer. Do you see the value? Do you see what I carry? Do you see what I come with? And I'm not prideful. I'm only self-aware and self-conscious. Do you also see my value? Do you see my worth? This is what I'm also bringing to the table of the relationship. If you don't see it, you are not interested. Simple, guys. Let's not push it any further. Let's not push it any further. Am I saying stand aloof and be uninterested? No. Am I saying that walk in timidity and shyness and cowardice? No. But what I'm saying is that you've made your intention clear to this person. This person is not seeing that like the way you are seeing. It's okay. We make offers in life and we are rejected and we move on. Does it mean it will not be painful? It will be painful because you have to master courage to come to come forward. But don't insist, don't coerce, don't force. Ajua, try you. Hey, Ajua is me, oh, me. Hey, no, we trust persons. Ajua is me, oh, me. Hey, it's me, oh. No, we don't do that. Guys, we don't do that. When you force your way in, you have to force your way through and through and through and through. She should also be interested in you. And if she's not, we leave things the way they are. The next that is not a proposal is doing nice things for this lady and in a bit overextending yourself. You are overextending yourself. You are doing too much for this lady. I understand you want to impress her. And I mean, guys should do that reasonably. Okay. But the question is that whatever you are doing to impress her, can you sustain it in the long haul? Is that your representative, or it is a true reflection of your representation of who you are? Just be authentic as a guy. If there are things that you know when you do it to inconvenience you, don't start doing them now to win her. Because it is not only about the winning her, it's the the continuation of the relationship also matters. So if you are love bombing her, you are doing so much just to get her attention and all. At the end of the day, she may say yes to the things you are offering to her and not yourself. And you must continue offering those things to her. And I think that's too much stress to give to yourself. So don't now you may want to please her, but don't overextend yourself. And one thing I've seen with a lot of guys is that you sometimes try, how should I put it? Many times, so let me put it this way. Many times, okay, if you have to try hard to win her, then it means there is everything wrong with your choice, with the kind of person you are going out with. Because sometimes as a guy, you are broke like I am. We are all trying to make it small. But you want to go out with a posh woman or a lady who doesn't see the need to build with you, but is only interested in what they can get from you. Don't find yourself within those circles and be saying that women are dreadful, women are wicked, women love money, women do this. What should they go and love? If they realize that they can't like you, but you can offer them something they like, what do you want them to do? I'm not excusing their behavior. What I'm saying is that you too, you are doing too much. And don't find yourself in those settings where this woman doesn't want to build life with you, doesn't see anything worthwhile with you, doesn't see any future with you. But they are the ones you're also chasing after. So we need to also ask you that you too, why are you chasing after this type of woman? We need to also ask you. But don't overextend yourself. That will not help. Okay. Finally, on that matter, public or dramatic proposal is not a proposal. Please pay attention to me. Public or dramatic proposal is not a proposal if this person is not on the same wavelength with you. If you don't have an idea of how this thing is going to turn out, don't go and put the person on a spot in public and be somersaulting and raising your hands and jump in the sky and move like this before you remove the ring and toss it to the sky, jump and catch the ring and come down. Everybody say, yay. Then you now kneel down, then you toss the hand like this. Please, you don't do all these acrobatics if you don't know the outcome of the situation. Because I've seen a lot of people being put on the spot. They don't want to disgrace you and your generation. They don't want to insult your integrity. They don't want to tramp on your self-esteem. So sometimes they just have to go with the flow. You are also not helping them. That is pure manipulation in disguise. Am I against public proposal? No. Am I against somersaulting, doing acrobatics, and jumping in the? I'm not against that. But if this person is on the same page with you, you can enter a plane, you dive into the sky, you get a parachute, the plane lifts you, you come down, you fall, then you somersault, then you give her the ring. She would appreciate it because she's on the same wavelength with you. But like what happened recently that I spoke about, where you propose to this person on three or four occasions, this person says no, and you feel the final chance you can use to get this lady is to go and dramatize proposal. In Bema, no, until na moody bounce they be no. Is it that we are not sensitive and now we are not paying attention and now we are so locked up in what we can get from the situation that we don't know this person also has a will of their own and a choice of their own to either accept or reject us? Is it every business proposal people bring to you as a guy that you accept? Is it every partnership people bring to you that you accept? Is it every offer people bring to you that you accept? No. Does it mean that you don't like them or they are less of value or quality? No. It just doesn't sit with you and where you are going. It's the same with proposal for a relationship. Me like this, I don't like rejection. So for me to come and propose, I'll calculate. I feel some member be mumu. You guys are insensitive. Who put calculation? No? I've told you some of these things. She'll give you the memo. She'll give you the idea. One guy told me that Godwin, before I went to do the public proposal, that one cry was before friends and family. I asked her that how would she feel if I should toss the question before families and friends? How would she feel? He said, wow, that would be nice. That wouldn't be bad. I know just see her. He has gotten the answer. I know just see her. So if someone like this somersaults and do alikoto and aligun and raise the ring, of course he has gotten the answer. But some of us, we know that that's the only way we can get to this person. The only way we can get to this person. So you are so locked up and obsessed in what you can get. I was telling you that me, I don't like rejection. And I know that no guy wants a lady to bounce her. So you hit, except when we're in JHS and SHS that were fooling and playing around. That one day I can give you the leeway. But as a grown up, as a mature person, you have to hit, you have to over the timing. So you know that this proposal, this public one I'm going to do, ebefa, hey, I'm fat and pacho, my maintain my bedroom. Never share my bedroom, not many than I'm firing in Shamsa. My pastor made a call on saying, oh, let the mark of viral. I won't go viral for nonsense. I'll put all. So, guys, we need to be sensitive. Oh, my goodness. We need to be sensitive, guys. Okay, so so if you are thinking of proposing, okay, first and foremost, ensure there is a quality of friendship going on between both of you. It helps. A lot of ladies can have testified that initially they were not interested in this guy. But because this guy did not come in the name of a relationship, but they came as friends, it was less threatening. So in the course of the friendship, sometimes they lower their guard. Then they begin to see you beyond the physical attraction. They begin to see that you have a sense of humor, you are a patient person, you are serviceable, you are humble, you are respectful, you are ambitious, you are purpose driven, and all of those things. The friendship gives you that level ground or that balanced ground for you to explore the interest of this person, to know their hobbies and to know what you like about them and all of that. And that helps, okay? It builds some level of fondness and connection when you guys are friends. I don't really encourage from strangers to lovers. I don't really encourage that. Some people, it works for them and eventually they marry and they stay long in marriage. But in most of the cases, it doesn't help. Okay, especially if this lady at the spell of it didn't see you attractive, it will take time because attraction is not only physical. Okay, there is spiritual attraction, there is social attraction, there is emotional attraction. There are other forms of attraction, and sometimes the person saw you at the spare and didn't think that you were worth a relationship. But because you came on a friendly basis in a non-threatening way as friends, then as time goes on, connection builds, connection develops. Then you can let your intention be known to this person. Yeah, friendship is very, very important. Okay. Secondly, be sensitive to their actions and their responses. Sometimes they've already told you they know by, like I've already stated, how they are responding to you, their demeanor, their posture. If a lady is not interested in you, you will know. I don't know how much I can say this to guys, but I think I'll have to hold an exclusive session with the guys, then we can have this discussion. That one I'll not come and talk, we'll talk. So that I'll hear from you guys. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing, that maybe the lady is giving you mixed signals. That is why you felt she was interested and eventually realized she was not interested. But if you are sensitive enough to their actions, to their responses, their demeanor, you will know. You will know that this person is actually interested. So make sure you guys are good friends. Come on a friendship basis. Pay attention to their actions. You know the kind of man they want to go out with and all of that. Okay. Then the next thing is that are both of you interested in what you want? Okay. Both of us may be interested, but we may express it differently. So you want to pay attention to the fact that are both of you interested? And then hear me pan because if one person is not that interested like the other person, I think it puts so much weight and burden on one person. And I don't think it's good for a healthy relationship. We are all supposed to bear the burden, even though the man will bear more because he's going to be more accountable for the relationship. He's going to lead the relationship, so to speak. He will bear more, but at least we know that there is a balance because both of us are equally giving in. Both of us are putting in the effort and the energy and the resource and the time to make this relationship work. So make sure you guys are good friends. Make sure you are sensitive and paying attention. You see, already, if a guy comes into a lady's life, the lady is sizing the guy up to see if he may be a husband material or not. So if she realizes that you are not bad, of course, the way she will engage with you will be quite different from the one that she's outrightly not interested in. But even in some instances, when she's not even interested in you and you guys are good friends, she'll find out other aspects of you that she finds very, interesting and appealing. Then we can work from there. And if it happens that we don't end up as lovers, it is good that at least we maintained a quality friendship at the end of the day. Okay. So I think if you want to make the proposal leveled as a guy. Make sure you are friends with this lady. Be sensitive to her actions and her response and her demeanor. Make sure she's also interested in you to an extent. Okay. Um. Then also you want her to know why you are interested in her. It's also very important. And I normally advise ladies that if a guy proposes to you, you want to ask why. Okay, the asking of why is very important because there are 1,001 women in this life. You have met quite a number of them. Why did you decide you want to settle with me? That will put him on on the spot probably, but it will also help you measure his maturity level and know whether he actually know what he wants and whether he actually has a future or has a plan and wants to include you in that plan. It's very, very important. Okay. Finally, how do I handle rejection? How do I handle rejection? How do I handle rejection? Let me just run through it so that we can have our Q&A. Okay. How do I handle rejection? And like I was saying, rejection can be tough. I've been a witness of that. I'm a living testimony of rejection. Not even in relationship dynamic, but generally speaking. Okay. So I know that if you don't heal from this previous rejections you've experienced, especially as a guy, it can instill some level of fear in you, and it may make it difficult for you to try again. Okay. So if you want to handle rejection, you need to check your perspective. If someone has rejected your proposal, sometimes they did you good by saying no to you. So this one, I'm having a therapy session with you, okay, the guys especially. Sometimes they did you good by saying no to you because I think if you look past the rejection, it helps and can soothe your heart. Like I was saying in the other video I made on the public proposal gone wrong, it is better for the person to reject you now than heal and get over the rejection and still explore other options than for you to badly want the person and the person says, okay, fine, yes, but the person is not giving you any commitment whatsoever. I think that one is more painful. So check your perspective. It was better you let them go. It is better they said no to you. At least you are free. You still have other options to explore. So see it from that length. I mean, from that lens, okay? The next thing too is that if they can't treat you with grace in the name of you are frustrating them, then it tells you the kind of character they possess. Because what I've seen, and guys, I'm helping shape your perspective so that it lessens the impact of the hurt you experience as a result of rejection. Because some ladies who treat you like trash just because you declared your intention to them. Now, sometimes you also didn't go about it rightly. So let's also note that sometimes you also didn't go about it rightly. But in most cases, whether you went about it rightly or not, it is her responsibility to decide or to determine how to respond to you. And if she can't extend grace to you just because she doesn't like you or just because you are frustrating her, and she speaks to you anyhow, insults you, throw words around casually anyhow, demeans you and all of that, then I'm glad this kind of lady rejected your proposal because you don't want to be with such a woman who can't handle her emotions in difficult situations. Because it's not only about she accepting your proposal, you are going to take her out to go and meet families, to go and meet friends, to go and meet business partners. And if this is the kind of character she has, I don't think it's going to be a good omen on you. It's going to dent or taint your integrity. So it is for your own benefit and for your own good that this cantankerous, hot-tempered, stiff-necked woman or lady rejected your proposal. It is for your own good because you don't want to be with a cantankerous woman. So if she's throwing words at you anyhow, demeaning you just because you express your intention, you just do your cross and thank God that I don't want to be with such a woman. So your perspective also matters. Okay. You don't want to be with a woman who is not graceful, who is not gentle, and who is not kind. And the final thing I'll leave here for the guys is that sometimes you also want to try and inquire why they said no to you. Okay. Hope, especially if you guys are good friends, you want to know why. If you guys are even casual friends, you want to know why. It helps you to probably develop yourself so that if there are certain things you are lacking as a man, then you can learn to develop those aspects of yourself. It might not necessarily mean you are doing it for them, but you are doing it for yourself so that you can increase your dating value or your market value in the dating pool. A lady may probably not be interested in you because you don't have a good dress sense or your color combination is not good. So by telling you her reason, it helps you to do it better next time or to learn to pay attention to that. They may not be interested in you because you speak anyhow, you are too loud, you are overexpressive and all of that. So then you can pay attention to that. So if chances are you can ask or inquire from this lady why she's not interested in you or why she doesn't see you that way. I think that one will also help because then it helps you to develop and improve yourself in that light. Okay. If she thinks you don't have money, she doesn't think you can take care of her, even though I hope she should also be working to take care of herself. Okay. But if you think you're not financially stable, then I mean you should know you're not financially stable. Ladies shouldn't tell you're not financially stable. But anyway, if that is the reason, then you should want to ask. Then you want to perfect that aspect, not necessarily for her, but for yourself. So that if the other person also comes your way, they'll find you to be eligible. But please, rejection is not the end of life. Okay, there are still better in fact, the beautiful ones are not yet born. There are still better options for you out there. And if you need a one-on-one counseling from me on how to navigate some of these things, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to any of my team. I'm sure you engaged any of them, either myself or any of them before joining this meeting. So you can reach out to myself or any of the team and we'll respond to you effectively. But let's continue to grow I'm always gladdened when I'm talking about these things because I know where I'm coming from, the kind of experience I've had with rejection and the woman I'm with now. And I'm like, so God, you kept me all this while for this woman. I'm like, God, thank you that the others rejected me. Oh. The ones I thought they were the best, they were better. I can't live without them. I'll die here. Gracefully, God saw me through all of them, and I eventually met the one, like the one. I'm like, I'm glad. I'm glad. Like, I'm glad for those rejection because of the one. So it's all about perspective. Okay, don't be down. A righteous man will fall 7 times, but to rise 7 times. So it will work out for us. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So please let's pause here for questions. But don't forget, 20th and 21st, we are going to Abri to go and have fun, to have our conference over there with a lot of panelists, resource people who are going to speak to us on human connection and digitalization, or human connection and the use of AI and social media. We are going to relax. We'll have counseling session, mindfulness exercise, socialization. Charlie, we'll have fun. We'll eat buffet. We'll eat. Masa, come, let's go. So just pay 300 cedis as your deposit. Please hold on for me. Yeah, so this is the conference aspect of the retreats. Okay. So myself, I'm going to be there. Jemima Monu, who is a gender-based violence activist, is going to be there. Bright Komla, who is a professional counselor, and Louisa Zomelo, who is a clinical psychologist, will be there. We are going to look at exploring human connection in the digital age, how we can handle and not lose our human connection as a result of spending so much time on social media and the use of AI, and how we can ethically merge human socialization and digitalization. So we are really going to have a lot of fun. And if you want to, like I said, the payment terms, you need to just pay 300 cedis as initial deposit to reserve your slots. Then you can pay the rest of the 500 cedis in installment. So you can reach out to any of us, any of the numbers on the screens, and we are going to attend to you accordingly. So we are going to have fun. Join us and let's have fun. Okay, please, I'm pausing here. If you have any question, we can explore them before we go. Thank you. Sammy, so please, if anyone wants to, please, if you want to speak, kindly show us, what am I saying? Show us a reaction. Then my co-host will
Uh,
unmute you. Okay.
there's a question in the chat box, so if you
Oh,
can
okay, okay, okay,
look
okay,
at it.
okay. Please, what does it say? Sammy, if you're there, you can read for me. Okay, okay. How long should a proposal last before she responds? Okay, good. That one it will depend on a lot of factors, but at least reasonably, a proposal shouldn't extend beyond 1 month. Okay, reasonably. So if she's extending beyond 1 month, then it means that she's truly unsure. She doesn't know whether she wants to be with you or not. And you see, the good news is that that will help you to keep your options opened. So whilst she's still thinking about it, please move on with your life. When I say move on with your life, you guys can still be friends. But if you find another eligible person, you can still move on. Just come and let her know that you see that offer that you said, and you it's okay. Since she wasn't sure, you are okay now. Okay. But don't let her keep you for long, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, insisting. No, we don't do that here. So if it extends beyond 1 month, then it means that she doesn't really know, she's not sure. And then that is okay. Continue exploring your option as a guy. Don't let her pin you down. She can still be your friend. You can still be having fun and be developing yourself, and you can still be looking at other options. But I think anything beyond 1 month is too much. That's what I think. Okay.
Freeman, thank you very much for the presentation. And this really helps. So I just have a question, and it has to do with how about a year ago or two that I was having that kind of interest and then wanted to take things to the next level. So I decided to just invite her over. No, not invite her over, but to take her out. So we I arranged out where we agreed on the dates and then the time too. And whilst I was ready, something just prompted me to still maybe go to her place and then take her along or something. I called her several, she was not responding, and then I went to where we were supposed to be. I was there for close to 30 minutes. She did not show up, so I had to just leave the place. And then I think about a day or two, she called that her mom was having an issue. So it was like an emergency. So yes, she stood me. So it was like an emergency. So she had to attend to it. And you need to sometimes be a free mind to some of these things. So I said, okay. And then in order not to be seen as desperate, it took a while when I think she came out with a conversation that we should go out and all that. And this time around, it seems I have lost interest or because of the way she did the whole thing. So I was really not giving attention to it this time around. But that is not even the problem. The challenge is you call her sometimes, or you call her, she does not answer. She will not return the call. Another time, I would have to call her. She answers, and then we will talk not even for long, and then she just says, "Oh, I'm doing something. I'll get back to you," and she will not even call back. But anytime you are talking to her, you feel that kind of excitement. She's excited to talk to you and all that, but there's just something about her that makes me feel that. Oh, sorry, please. I went offline. So I believe in being sensitive before you propose to someone because if you want to propose, just know the person likes you in a way before you go ahead. But the person has that kind of excitement anytime we are talking. Just that anytime we are talking, the conversation just cuts abruptly. She has to do something so if and then as a guy, what do you think I should do? Do you think that I should still go ahead in as much as we should not keep our options limited and all that? Do you think that I should still be pursuing this person? I mean, you you said we should not pursue, we should initiate. Do you think that I should initiate? I should continue doing it? Because I've been doing is initiating and not pursuing. So what do you think about such a scenario?
Please stay unmuted, okay? So I can get context, then we can push it, okay? So please stay unmuted, Mr. Christopher. So Sammy, please unmute him for me, okay? So please, this concern you are having about she not reciprocating or giving back the same energy to you, have you discussed that? So the way she cuts conversation abruptly, she will miss your call and call you a day or two later. That's uncertainty you have. Have you had that discussion with her, and what is her response?
I had not had a discussion with her.
Mhm.
Um, what I did was that um she is very close to a friend, a lady friend of mine. And then the lady
Mm,
friend almost always complains that this lady does not return calls, in as much as they were very close. So I
mm,
thought that okay, so it is her character, something she
mm,
does.
mm.
Like maybe not intentionally, but I have not discussed that with her.
No, I get it. I get it. There are truly people like that. Okay. I have one of them even as my team member, so I know what you are talking about. And it's good I'm having this perspective with you because sometimes it's not about you, it's about them and who they are. So it's not that it's because she's not interested in you, that is why she's putting up this attitude. It is that generally speaking, that is who they are and that is how they relate with other people. So you do yourself a lot of good by still having that conversation with her if it is something you can't work with. Now, if it is something you can work with, then it is good you have seen this, so you are liable to know what is likely to happen when you continue engaging her after proposing to her and everything. You know that you are likely going to face this issue. It is good you know it now. If you have a conversation with her and she can do something about it, because of course the relationship will need you to be accountable. The relationship will need you to be responsible. The relationship will require certain things from you. And I don't think this aspect of yourself will really work with me or work for me. So, what things can we put in
So,
place to make it work? So, have this conversation with her, then she'll hopefully give you the response you need. Now, if it looks like this is the way she is, then now you are asking yourself that, Chris, do I really want to deal with this in the long haul? Will I be patient enough to work with her if she has that willingness to work on this aspect of herself? Let's get this certainty cleared. And sometimes this uncertainty can now become certain in a sense that you know this is the way she is, and it is not that she's dealing with you that way, but this is how she deals with everyone. Then we can begin to work from there. But most importantly, will this work for you? If it wouldn't, then you have your answer. I don't have to tell you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. So please hold that conversation. It's very important. Okay.
All right. All right. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
All right. So because of my audio distance, I want to know if you can hear me.
Yes, please. I can hear you loud and
All
clear.
right. Thank you very much for
You're welcome,
today's
sir.
presentation. To the entire team. SS. I mean, before the presentation started, I had a few questions jotted down according to the subtopics. And
Okay.
by the end of your presentation, it looked as if you had my questions because you answered yes, them one after
Wow.
the other. And
Mm,
so this one is just these two just came up right after, and then I want to get your reaction on them.
okay.
That if you have this friend, okay, that she she's nice to you, or you can say she's nice to you, but you feel like that's her character. She's nice to most people, and so it
Mm,
becomes difficult to put yourself as an exception. Okay,
mm,
so in that case, do you still go ahead to initiate? You
mm,
understand? So that
mm,
is the first one. When you clearly don't know between she being herself, just being nice to everyone, or
mm,
she giving you that cue, okay, or she positioning herself up for you to propose. So
mm,
do you still go ahead to initiate a
mm. Okay.
proposal? And then the second thing is, do you think that in all this proximity also matters? Because personally, I had a limit to myself that there are places that no matter what I feel about you, if I'm in that kind of space with you, I wouldn't want to have any sort of romantic relationship with you. Work, church, class, those places. Okay.
Mm.
But I realized that growing up, these are the very likely places that you are going to meet the one you want to be
Mhm,
with. Yes,
mhm,
because those places you share times together and it
mm,
becomes easier knowing someone like that than just meeting someone probably
mm,
on the street or somewhere or a
mm,
one-time event. And
mm,
so do you think that that proximity is also likely to influence the outcome of the the proposal or the relationship if it succeeds from a proposal that's
mm,
is that going to affect it because in my head I'm thinking that once you accept me maybe tomorrow we have an issue I have to show up at work and see your
mm,
face I have
mm,
to come to church see your face I have to come to class and then you are here. You
mm,
understand? Or if you reject me, I still have to
mm,
show up to these places and try
mm,
and be myself and you are there with me. So
mm,
what's your view on that as well? Just these two. Thank you very
mhm.
much.
Powerful, thank you. Please stay with me, okay, so I can work with you. So if there is a follow-up, you can let me know. Or if I want to ask you a question, I can do that. Okay. So may kindly keep Mr. Steven unmuted for me. So I'll start with the just ended one. Now again, because we are in a digital age, the world has become a very small world. Okay. So we shouldn't limit ourselves to only the places you mentioned, like the church, the school, and all of these things. Some people maybe meet online, meet over a long distance, and they put in the necessary work because long distance is another conversation altogether, but they put in the necessary work to bridge the proximity between them. So sometimes, I mean, you can have mutual interests, meet someone on social media over a community, over a group engagement, over a feed, over a comment they gave on a post, and all of those things. So we should still be open-minded. The traditional way of meeting your partner and your spouse is the ones you mentioned, but there is also the unconventional way, and a lot of people have testified they met and it actually worked because they didn't meet online and proposed online. They met online and they now started having physical or face-to-face communications or phone conversations and all of that. So that one can also work. I get your concern about when we are having issues and I must show up at work when we're having issues and I must show up at church and all of that. How do I handle that when you've rejected me and all of that? And when you said it, what came to mind is that once time na Jesus swano, and as obidi bouncer, then we make a big deal of it. uh when someone rejects someone or we are having issue, then because we are immature, we are irresponsible, we don't know how to handle issues. Now we make a big deal of it. This one go and tell this one that I wouldn't say could you debounce and I call me a debounce. But I believe that you, the person in question, not only to Stephen, but all of us, you are a mature person and you go about the thing in a matured way. And I hope the person you're also going to propose to or you are dealing with is equally mature so that they can gracefully reject you, but you guys can still be good friends. They can gracefully reject you, but they don't go about bickering and telling everyone about it. If they do that, then you see, I am glad they rejected you because they are not good for you. Because if they have to go and be telling their close friends and their best friends and telling this guy that, oh, me the kwame bounce, and I say, this guy came to propose to me and I rejected the person, then my concern is when you guys are in a relationship and you guys are having issue, guess what is going to happen? Your issues is going to be flying from the deacon to the pastor to the cleaner to everyone in the church for them to know that you are having issues with this person. So I think beyond the proximity, it is more of their character, it is more of their attitude. If they have a good attitude and they have a good character, they can reject your proposal, or in the context of marriage, you guys can still have an issue, yet you still show up at work and do what is necessary. And this is something I commend my beloved a lot because she is also part of the team serving in the organization in SFSS. And sometimes we can have an issue, but all the rest of the team members are not aware we are having an issue because she'll show up as before our secretary. She'll show up and do what is expected of her. She will call me sir. She will, like everyone is calling me sir. Oh, Godwin, please, this has not been done. This, and we are having issue on the backstage that we have not dealt with, or it's probably taking 2 days or 3 days. We are seeking counsel over the issue, but she'll still show up at SFSS and work, even though she's my beloved, and she still hold a portfolio or a responsibility in SFSS. So don't let that perturb you, or don't let that make you close-minded when it comes to the church, the work setting, and the academic setting. I believe you're a mature person. I believe you know how to handle issues maturely. And I trust that the person that you are also going scouting for is equally mature and can handle issue in a very reasonable, mature way that even you guys can show up to work. I don't like you like that. I don't feel any love for you like that because we are having an issue, but I also show up to work and I'll do what is necessary. I have my emotions are fluctuating here and there. But you see, it will take maturity for me to still show up at work or show up at church and still serve God and do what is expected of me. Then later we'll still go back and deal with an issue. Is it easy? No. But it's still possible because others are making it work and you can also make it work. So don't let that prevent you from meeting someone, probably the person that you actually meet and do life with is within these settings, but you should change yourself just because you've taken these people or this environment or this setting out of your list. But the kind of person you actually need is in this setting. I believe the person is mature. So you guys will know how to navigate your issues. Okay. So it is more of their attitude, their character, their maturity than it is of the proximity. The other question too, that this person, this person is generally nice and kind to everyone. So you can't really tell whether they are doing whether their action towards you is because there is an interest or not. That can become very dicey. It was part of my notes, but I didn't share it because of the time. Okay. And the first thing I want to bring to your attention is that sometimes if they are interested in you genuinely, there may be a little extra they may be doing for you. So it will again behoove on you to still pay critical attention. If they have to make choices or they are inconvenienced and they have to choose between you and another person, okay, whether a call, a text, an event, or an invitation or whatever it is, they may want to be with you, or they may choose you, or they may choose your call or whatever it is over the other person, even though they are generally nice people. If they are interested, they will be doing a little top up, a little over for you than they will do with a general person. So it will again take a certain level of discernment or sensitivity to pick that up. Okay. That is trying to play it safe. But the second one, which is where it gets a bit tensious and you can't really tell the little extra this person is doing for you. So you can't really tell whether this person really sees you that way. Again, like the conversation I asked the lady to hold with the guy. I would want you to also hold that conversation with that lady. Okay. Yeah, it gets a bit tricky because now you don't know the outcome of such conversation. But you see, you can play smart in a sense that it's not like you are going to outrightly propose to this person per se, but you are holding a conversation, an open-ended conversation. You want her to know your interest and you want to know whether she's also on the same wavelength with you because you don't want to misread what is going on. So a simple conversation can be taking this person on a date or deciding to take a walk and you are like, oh, we've been friends for some time and I know you are generally a good person. And I've not only seen it in how you treat me, but I've seen it in how you treat everyone. And I'll say it's an admirable character that I really appreciate of you. But yeah, sometimes it gets a bit tricky because I want to be honest with you that I have a level of interest in you. But again, I want to make sure that I'm making the right decision. I want to know that you're on the same page with me. And if all the things I see you do for me is because you genuinely like me as a friend, but you have no emotional interest in me, I'll gladly accept it. I just want to know where your head is at concerning us. If it is friendship, then we are good to go. And I'm not asking you this for your yes to mean I've proposed to you. But if it is a yes, I will know how to handle it from there. But I just want to know if we're on the same wavelength because I don't want to misconstrue and I don't want to assume. Just say something like this and leave it there, just both of you having this conversation. And again, you guys are friends, so you'll be like, oh no, Steven, no, I mean, I just like you as a friend, and that is be like, okay, I just wanted to know. You see, in this regard, because sometimes people don't want to destroy their friendship, that is why they don't propose at all. So you don't want to propose, and the person will say no, and it becomes a bit of awkward. You have an awkward feeling because the person has said no to you, and you are afraid you will lose the friendship. But with this one, you are just having a conversation. You want to know where their head is at and if they are really seeing like you are saying. And you want them to know that they are saying yes doesn't mean you've proposed to them. But then you just want to know how to take it off from there. So I guess we can have that friendly conversation. I've seen that a lot of issues or concern people have in relationship. It is talking. We just need to talk. I can't assume for the person because I don't know the person more than you do. The person may be having their own interest or whatever they are thinking about the situation. So you just want to clarify. You just want to have an open-ended conversation. Then from there, you will know what to do from there. Okay. But sometimes playing it safe all the time doesn't help. So you just have to shoot it, Charlie. But hold that conversation first. Okay. Guys, because of the time, we'll have to end here. We've exhausted one 30 minutes plus. We'll have to end it here. I truly appreciate you guys, sincerely. I think we've ended the year on a good note. This brings us to the end of our monthly webinar because, like I said, next month, sorry, we are going to have the webinar at Ibri in person. We've met I think 11 times this year. So the final meeting, please, let's go to Ibri and go and meet over there. I'm sorry because of the time, Mr. Apia. I'm so sorry because of the time. If you can pick our WhatsApp number, you can text your questions to me, okay? Please, the number on the screen, the 053 712 7358. Kindly pick that number. That's our WhatsApp number and reach out to us. I'll personally answer your question from there. I truly apologize that because of the time we have to close because we have other equally important things we need to do. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I want you to know I appreciate you, Mr. Samuel, Era, Beacon, Decari. Sorry, I'm not mentioning your prefix. Bernard, Christopher, Chris, Daniel, Deladem, Elliot, Gifts, Jacob, Jemima, Kwame, Jan, Matilda, Kojo, Raphael, Semtek, Seth, Stephen, and Apia. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. So let's stay connected on our social media handles. You can search for Godwin Amuzu and you find me on all social media platforms: WhatsApp, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Everywhere we are there. You can also pick our WhatsApp number and you can engage us. We offer one-on-one counseling to people concerning mental health, concerning your relationship, your singleness, your career, and all of that, and we'll deal with you. But until then, I want you to stay blessed. Sammy, please, are you there? Kindly close us.